Hi, I'm Leo, and I study popular music at Leeds Conservatoire, and my instrument is the drums and percussion.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm a second year classical flautist at Henderson. I'm Ellie. I play cello and another folk.
Can you tell me about your experience of the New Connections project?
So we were involved in the New Connections project last year, and we got to sit in on a couple of days of sort of master classes with a great music leader called James, and he sort of taught us lots of games and composition techniques that we could then bring into the school for the project. Um, we then observed for a few sessions, and that sort of led into us leading ourselves. Um, and we basically loved it so much. And we had such a good relationship with the school that when the project was over, we wanted to go back again.
Yeah, so for the New Connection project, I came in as a supporting musician. So I was shadowing a brilliant flautist from Manchester, Camerata, called Anya. And I got to see what she did to support the music leader, which was Jane. I kind of take a secondary role in the class, and the help with the kids, which was really great. And it was really great to see the kids' interaction between having like a professional musician in the class, because she would often play lots of stuff in the class, and the kids would just look absolutely amazing with this music. It was really amazing. So I was also there from the beginning of the year, working with James, and he would lead the sessions for the past three, I think, or 3 or 4, and then the last 2 we got to lead ourselves. Sort of started with a few games here and there, and then we'd be planning the sessions, what we wanted to bring and what bits of the music we were going to work on, and was compositions with us and the kids, and then that went to a bit towards the end, which was at Leeds Conservatoire, and a bunch of different orchestra were backing up the kids, and yeah, that was an amazing experience for the kids and for us to watch big grins on their faces when the orchestra were playing behind.
What has been your biggest takeaway from the New Connections experience?
I think our definitely biggest takeaway, or at least mine, was all the skills that we could apply to our own project. We've gone back into the school this year, and we've put on our own sort of follow-on projects. We've composed our own songs. We've played all the games that we played last time. We've made some of our own games. But probably the biggest is just being a presence in front of the children, and knowing how to lead with confidence and control a class, which is probably quite difficult. Yeah.
I think my biggest takeaway from the project was like a passion and a love for music teaching that I didn't know I had before. And this was my first experience of music leading or music teaching in any sort of way. And even from the first session that I was involved with, I immediately knew that I loved doing it and I wanted to continue doing it for a while. I think my biggest takeaway is going to be bringing something to a group of children who haven't had a similar experience before, and they have a music teacher from art forms coming in. But I think we're bringing in a very different project that is separate to the school, and we're just, yeah, conservatoire musicians who are coming and bringing something new and a different energy. Yeah, just something that they've not had before. And we were able to buy some instruments to bring to them as well.
When you think about a music leader, was that a role that you were aware of before this project when thinking about what people go on to do with music and the world of work that they enter into?
I'd always wanted to work with children. What I was thinking of doing after uni before that was sort of music therapy or something like that. I hadn't been introduced to this sort of work. And like Chloe said, from the first session, I knew that was what I wanted to do. Very much enjoyed it.
Yes, yeah. So for the project, I was only aware of like one-to-one music tuition, and that was going to be my plan to freelance and do part-time one-to-one flute tuition. I didn't realise there was such like creative side of music leading you could go into, and also music leading. I also thought of teaching kids and music in a music therapy way, and I taught them like choir sessions before, but never like to bring a project to a school that was not within their curriculum, or something that they'd be expecting anyway, like a music teacher.